All right, guys, our next guest is at this stage an undisputed Submission Radio alumni. He's fighting Fabricio Werdum for the heavyweight title, UFC 198. Stone Cold Stipe Miocic, welcome back to the program. How's it going?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. What's going on?
No, it's all happening here. We're just on the heels of a big win by Junior Dos Santos over Ben Rothwell. Did you get a chance to see that fight, Stipe?
Yeah, I did. Junior looked good. He, kept his distance, hit him with good shots, worked the body real well, and just, Ben really didn't have an answer, and that's what you're supposed to do, he had a good game plan.
For sure. People are saying that Junior's looking like his old self again. He did have that stretch where people questioning where he'd ever look like that again. Do you think that's the case, or it's a little bit early to tell?
I don't know. I think he's always been tough, just those always tough fights in UFC, doesn't matter what it is. I think he always looks good, he's just, some nights are good, some nights are bad. I've been there.
Was a part of you disappointed there was no hood for Ben Rothwell when he came out to the octagon? We were disappointed. We know Reebok's not letting him do it, but still a part of us dies inside every time we see him come out to the octagon without the cape.
Oh, yeah, no. It is what it is. That's his thing, It sucks, but, it is what it is,
We can hear the disappointment in your voice, Stipe. Say no more. I'm just wondering, a win like that for Junior sends a strong message when you beat a guy with the momentum of a Ben Rothwell. Assuming all goes well, you become the new champion. You beat Werdum at UFC 198. Do you think you may be facing Junior Dos Santos a second time around?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. It's what the UFC wants. I love to fight Junior again. I think it'd be an amazing fight between us. I know he's going to come out swinging just like me. I think it'd be, a hell of a fight. A lot of leather was going to be thrown that night if we did a rematch.
Did you have any people on the ground there in Croatia, Stipe? Any reporters? Anyone telling you how the vibe was, how the event was, the feel over there?
I was texting Mirko Krokop a little bit,
Oh, that's not bad. What did he say? What did he say?
No,
Anything? Any juicy goss?
No, nothing at all. We're just friends, man. He's a good dude, great dude. So we're just texting back and forth, and he's just a good dude. I told him he looked good in his suit. And he said, "Thanks, buddy. Miss you." I said, "Miss you too." And he said, "Junior won." I said, "Yeah, I'm watching the fight too." So, but thanks for the heads up. Just normal chit chat.
Yeah, Krokop doesn't believe there's television over in Cleveland. He wants to give you that's my SMS.
You tell him that.
That's hilarious. All right, now, Steve, you're fresh off your trip down to Brazil for the UFC 198 press conference. We saw there was some photo bombing going on during your time there. Describe the photo bombing. Did you initiate it? Do you have any regrets of any photo bombing actions?
What do you mean, like my face?
Well, no, we've got nothing against your face, Stipe. It's absolutely beautiful. But people were taking photos, and then you got in their photos as well. And bam, there's Stipe Miocic in the background of like 50% of the photos taken at the Brazil press conference.
I had no idea, I guess. It was that serious. I wasn't trying to photobomb. I was the only guy that was speaking English. I didn't know how to speak Portuguese, So I felt it was kind of sucky, because they were having a great conversation, laughing, and I wanted to laugh with them.
Did you ever do the fake laugh, like where you just rock up and you're like,
oh yeah, I just started laughing. They all looked at me and they started laughing because they knew I had no idea what they were talking about, but I just laughed anyway. We had fun with it. It was a good time.
Yeah, they're like, Stipe, like something really serious, and you're like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. No, they were all nice, though. It was all a great time down there.
Well, this isn't the first time you'd be fighting in Brazil. You, of course, beat Fabio Maldonado, a tough Brazil finale. What was your reaction when you'd find out you'd be fighting for the title in Brazil? Was there any hesitation?
No, not at all, man. I fought there before, it's great. We get to fight in a huge soccer stadium, 45,000 people are going to be there. It's going to be an amazing time, and, it's my time. I'm going to win that belt.
Big stadium. We know Anderson Silva was there as well. Did you have any interactions with Anderson? And did you by any chance happen to bump into Steven Seagal? We know he likes to show a move or two to the Brazilians from time to time.
Did not see Steven Seagal, but I did talk to Anderson a little bit. Super, occasionally. Saw each other in the morning and stuff like that. We were on the same bus together, shuttle bus. Super good dude. We were laughing. We talked about a few things, and good dude, real quiet. Just fun dude.
Yeah, he's known to turn on and off the English, depending on whether he likes somebody. So did he turn the English on for you, or did he bring in a translator to
he was talking
over in the bus?
We were talking English together. He was great. He was just talking about stuff. Everyone was nice down there.
It's a bit of a flight from the US to Brazil and back. We're just curious, do you just sleep right through the flight, or are you kind of like Bear Grylls of the sky and you pack a whole bunch of different things when you to keep you entertained on the flight?
Well, it depends how tight I am, I slept on the way home, on the way down there. And I slept a little bit, but I have a Nintendo 3DS, so I play video games and stuff like that. I watch movies.
Yeah, it sounds like you're a bit tired right now, Steve. A bit of a yawn throughout the interview.
Yeah, I just got done with dinner at the station, so I'm a little tired.
Oh, good. I was thinking we were putting you to sleep for a second. But,
No, never.
Well, me and Casper, we have a bit of a ritual. We always like to get some sort of magazine from the airport news agency before we jump on the plane. If Stipe is at the news agency perusing Stipe publications for the flight, what magazine does he buy?
Home and Garden.
No way.
Yeah, 100%,
Really?
man. I want to see if we make sure. No, not at all. I don't know. Probably like Sports Illustrated or like ESPN. I don't know, or Fighter magazine. I don't know, or UFC, whatever they have. I usually get a magazine, or actually I get Sudoku. I like getting that. I like doing that.
You're like an onion, Stipe. So many layers to you. Every time you come on, we learn something new. I thought for a second maybe you had the best garden in all of Cleveland, but it's not the case. Also,
No.
Dennis and I, we love getting the emergency aisle because, we want to help people. Just kidding. It's for the extra leg room. Seeing as you're a firefighter and your job is to basically save people's lives for a living, you're actually there right now. Do you avoid the emergency aisle on a flight, or do you embrace it?
No, I embrace it, man. Listen, if I get more leg room, I'll do what I gotta do. Plus, I'm the first one off.
Yeah. Well, if you embrace it, do you ever cut off the girl who's explaining the what to do in case of emergency card to other emergency aisle passengers and explain you're a potential UFC heavyweight champion and a paramedic/firefighter, damn it, so everyone can go back to sleep because Uncle Stipe's got this one?
No. I usually have my headphones on. I get yelled at if I have my headphones on until she asks me the question. I always forget. And then,
The nerve.
But no.
They yell at you.
It's my fault. It was being rude to me. I just wasn't paying attention. I feel bad.
You need to show them a video of you yelling at Dana White just so they know that you can yell as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is me. I yell at my boss.
So what happens when Stipe doesn't get his way? All right, let's talk about the big fight. We often hear that in the first few stare downs, fighters notice something about their opponent. In the case of Andrei Arlovski, it could be his, flashy and impressive dress sense. What did you notice about Werdum when finally going face-to-face with him?
I don't know. He's Brazilian. He speaks Portuguese. I know he has that face he always makes. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I really don't care, man. I mean, honestly, I don't really care what he does or presence on him. I just, listen, man, I'm here to fight. I'm going to win the fight. That's all I care about.
Well, he's known for his happy face. I want you to describe your thoughts on this expression. And does Stipe have a patent expression of facial mannerism that you can pull out if you win at UFC 198?
I mean, that's his thing, It's just like Ben with his cape and stuff. I mean, it is what it is.
I think you should just, if you win, you should wear a cape and do the face. Just take both of their things. The champion.
No, man, no.
Gimmick
listen, man,
infringement.
I got nothing. Listen, man, I'm pretty even keel. I just go out there and do my job. I don't need to have a persona or do a face or some kind of thing. I just do what I do.
Yeah. Well, you could take a baseball bat. We know you're a big fan of baseball. Once potentially a baseball player. You could be like the Sting of the UFC. But in all seriousness, Werdum has arguably had one of the most impressive careers in the heavyweight division, being obviously the first man to beat Fedor, beating Cain Velasquez, submitting Nogueira, when many thought he was, when Cain Velasquez was unbeatable. What do you think about him and what he's been able to achieve thus far?
Oh, I mean, he's doing great. I mean, he's doing amazing. That's why he's a champ. He's fought the best fighters and beat the best fighters. But I'm a different fighter. I'm walking in, and I think he knows that. And it's gonna be a rough night for him. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. I'll tell you that right now.
You, obviously, when listing his accomplishments, he seems like a very big deal. You faced a lot of tough opponents in your career, though. Do you think he's the toughest test? I know this one's for the title, but do you think he's the best opponent you've ever versed?
Yeah, of course. I think every fight is the best opponent you face. Every fight is like a title fight, because it's the most important fight of your life, no matter if it's a title fight or not. We all have goals, and, I think every fight that you fight, that guy's the best fighter in the world at that point.
Yeah, well, in a lot of ways, Werdum's sort of been underrated by his opponents and fans for a long time. Do you think that's been a big downfall for his opponents in the past, sort of underestimating his skills and where he's at in his game?
Well, I mean, no, I think he's just good. He's got good coaching. He does his job. He's smart. He's a smart fighter. He knows what's going on. He's been around for a while. He's doing everything right.
Was there a point where you thought, all right, when Werdum came in the division, that he'd be the champion? Be honest with us, Stipe, because a lot of people didn't think it was going to happen, him coming over from Strikeforce. Even after beating Fedor, there were a lot of people saying he didn't have the cardio, he didn't have the skill. He really surprised a lot of people.
All right, listen, man, it's a heavyweight division. Anything can happen. You wear 4-ounce gloves. I mean, that's a sometimes it's a guessing game with the heavyweight division. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, one guy you never thought would win, all of a sudden drops the guy that was supposed to win by it just anything can happen, man. It's MMA.
Verdum's obviously known for his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but how much of an advantage do you feel like you have on the feet against him?
I think I have advantage everywhere. I know he's good on the ground, but also I'm a good wrestler. If we're going on our feet, I think I'm on our feet, and I think wherever it goes, I'll have an advantage everywhere.
Okay, well, I mean, that was going to be my next question because you are a strong wrestler and you aren't afraid to take the fight to the ground. Are you telling us right now, Stipe, that if you're fighting Verdum, when you're fighting Verdum at UFC 198, who's the most dangerous ground specialist in the division, you won't avoid the ground and you will be open to taking him down?
No, I mean, if whatever happens, man. It's a fight. If it goes to the ground, I'll be smart about what I do. I mean, anyone can get submitted. I mean, even if you're a black belt or not, I mean, it's part of the game. Look at Ben Rothwell. I don't think he's a black belt, but he choked out Josh Barnett. I mean,
are you saying you've got a few sneaky chokes or surprises for Verdum heading UFC 198?
We'll see what happens, man.
The Cleveland choke. You need the baseball bat for that one.
Yeah, right. Cleveland choke. Yeah.
There it is. Let's talk.
He's awake, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, 10 minutes into the interview.
Let's talk training. You train at a strong style gym. Do you have any BJJ masters coming in to spar with you, and any other big changes in training partners for this one?
No, we're getting some good BJJ guys. We're some guys should be coming in the next week or two. I've been having guys come in, sporadically, helping me out when I need it. We have, a couple guys coming in to help me, spar, good stand-up kickboxer guys. So, we had a great camp. Nothing, terribly different, just, being smart with the way we train. So I'm not overtraining and hurting myself, just being smart and, getting the best out of me.
Now, you guys seem pretty close and tight-knit down there at Strong Style. I'm just wondering, when you train for opponents, do you bring in specific training partners for those opponents, or are you one of those guys that mainly focuses on just what he's doing? Or in the case of, say, Junior Dos Santos, did you bring in a specific striker, and here for Verdum, you bring in specific guys?
Yeah, we do, but I mean, it's all roughly about the same, with guys fighting, but we do bring in guys. I don't have like a lot of big guys at my gym. I do, but I like to bring in something different because it's something I don't see and so I don't get used to. It's like a fight almost. So yeah, we bring guys in. It works out well.
Yeah, well, Strong Style hasn't had a big spotlight on it like King's MMA, where Verdum trains under guys like Rafael Cordero. For people who don't really know much about Strong Style, what makes the gym so special, Stipe?
We're all homegrown, man. We just we bust our ass and we take no prisoners, man. We just go out there and we fight. The guy might be better than us, but we'll have a better game plan. We have better condition. We're just harder nosed fighters. We want it more.
All right, well, I mean, I guess it's time for that moment. Give us the prediction. I know that a lot of people don't like giving predictions, but how's the fight going down at UFC 198 against Fabricio Werdum? If you visualize it, what do you see? How's it going down?
Well, you'll see when my hands raised on May 14th. You'll see how I did it.
And just for the people traveling up to Brazil, what are we talking about here? Cleveland T-shirts will guarantee a photo with Stipe. What do they need to do?
What's that?
Well, I know last time in the lobby you took some photos with someone wearing a Cleveland T-shirt. What do the fans need to do over there in Brazil? Let them know now so they can prepare if they're flying over to see it. What do they need to do? If they're in the lobby, what do they need to wear to get a photo with Stipe?
Just ask me. You don't even have to do that. Just ask me. I'll stop and give you a photo.
Okay, well, you'll make it sound
I'm a nice
man.
guy. I'm not going to be like shunning you or anything like that. Like, definitely, thank you.
He's an easygoing guy. Here's a theory. Verdum was joking about getting a bunch of Fabricio Werdum masks, and so the whole arena would be full of Verdums looking back at you. Have you thought about countering that and maybe printing off a few Stipe masks?
No, because my head's so big, it'd be too much money.
But then you'd only need like 3 masks, and the whole arena would be filled up.
I pretty much just one, I think, just the way, just the equivalent. It'd be terrible.
Oh my God, I would do anything to get Reebok to release a Stipe mask. Am I crazy here, or are these? Is this a great idea? We can go into business together, Stipe.
Let's do it, man. As we be entrepreneurs, man, we'll make a lot of money.
Well, for now, we'll work on the business plan. But for now, guys, make sure to check out what is a nicely stacked card headlined by Stipe in a fight for the heavyweight title, UFC 198, May 14. And follow Stipe and his hilarious Twitter account at Stipe Miocic UFC. Also, check out his new T-shirts at clevelandclothing.com. There's 2 pretty sweet designs to choose from. Stipe, which one should the people go for? Do you have a favorite? It's like your children. Do you have a favorite?
Not at all. I like them both, man. They're awesome. They're just Cleveland Clothing. They're a badass company. I'm super pumped they jumped aboard. Let me jump aboard, actually.
Yeah, well, make sure you guys go out and get those shirts. And, of course, Stipe, hopefully there'll be some shirts with your face and World Heavyweight Championship on them again. Thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Wherever, guys. I appreciate you guys having me on, man. And you guys have a wonderful day.